Hey everybody, I'm April from High Vybz Podcast. I'm filling in for Melvino and David Hyde today. So I have someone really excited about the person who's here today. Everybody knows him, the legendary, big promoter of Charlotte, Primo.
Hey, how's it going, guys? Good to be here.
Thank you so much for taking the time out to come talk with us and let us get to know you a little bit better.
Hey, for sure, it's all love, all love.
This is your second time. You're the only person who's been second time. So
hey,
we're super excited about that.
Next. We're going
three next, yes. We're excited for you to be here. I appreciate you.
Oh, it's all love always, all love always.
Us.
Yeah, what's your favorite genre to make, though, in the studio?
So, for me, I love Latin music. So I love Latin music.
But which genre of Latin music do you prefer to make in the studio?
Bachata.
Bachata?
Bachata.
Oh, yeah. Oh, well, do they bring in the instruments?
No, we have the tracks. Yeah, we have the tracks. Still sounds good.
Yeah, with its real singing.
Real
That's the
singing,
difference.
yeah.
I think reggaeton and everything, unless they're really singing, you don't feel it as much.
No, but reggaeton is the best for music videos.
Oh yeah, I bet. I bet.
That is lit. But
you get the eye candy and
that's
stuff.
Right.
Yeah.
You gotta see lots of ass, lots of tits, everything.
Yo, we see that too much now.
Yeah, all the time in the clubs, right?
hey, for real. That one night 2 weeks ago. That's all we saw.
All you see. So I like to also sometimes when we go do some of the recording of the videos because the girls they see me as a female, they're like, I'm gonna shake my ass right. But they will put it right up in front of me. So we get the best videos when I'm taking video.
Fact. Well, see, that's the good thing about me. Like, since a lot of people are comfortable with me and stuff.
Yeah, they know you.
I go record them, they're cool.
Yeah.
Because they don't want to be some random guy recording them, right?
Yeah.
Imagine.
You're not creepy.
Right?
No.
Hey, that's my first thing.
That's right, yeah.
My hands are always on the shoulder, above the waist, none of that crazy stuff. No.
Yeah, so when people trust you, you get better video for sure.
Oh, for sure.
And when you're female, they're like, take me, make my video.
A girl's girl is always going to be a thing.
That's
it's always
right.
going to be a thing. Now, how long have you been with how long have you had A&R Entertainment?
So A&R Entertainment we've had for 3 years now. That's April and Roxy Entertainment. So
wait. So that's true. You just got married to Roxy, right?
Yes, Roxy and I got married.
About time you put a ring on it. That's what's up. That's what's up. My boy did his thing. I like it.
That's right.
Smart man.
I mean, somebody had to tame him.
Right? Hey, that's tough. Tame a Dominican is a whole different animal, so I like that.
Don't ask what my secret is, though, because that's a whole new show. That's a whole different episode. Women are always like, hey, what's your secret? I was like, no, I'm not telling. Like, come on, you got to tell. No. Because what's the history for Dominicans, for the nightlife, for DJs?
Oh, yeah.
Players.
Yeah, the combination.
Yeah, right. Combination. But he's not just Dominican. Also, he's also from the island. So I got double whammy.
True. I know a little bit about that too much. I feel you.
That's right. Speaking about the girls and the crazy girls, what is the craziest thing that a woman has done to get into an event or VIP?
I mean, they offer a lot of stuff. You know what I'm saying? Like, I remember before, we would do red parties or pink parties and stuff like that. And as soon as I see a girl pull up in all black or all white, I already know she's gonna try to show me her thong or her bra. And I wouldn't mind a bra because that's at least you're concealing something. Yeah. But when you're taking, you're pulling your dress up, I'm like, look, I believe you.
Yeah.
I believe you.
I believe you got that color on.
You're cool. It's fine. But for concerts.
Yeah.
For concerts, they do offer a little more, and I'm like, I just laugh it off. I'm like, I'd rather than $50-$60 to be honest.
Yeah, I don't need none of that.
This artist costs about $35, so I need a little bit of help. I need a little, but
help me out.
Facts. That's the thing. So it's funny because a lot of people don't realize that girls progressively have been the more dominant, crazy sex now, right?
Yes.
Y'all are empowered. Y'all have a lot of moves and pull that you don't care no more, right? I think the stigma of women being the lesser sex is gone.
Yeah.
Because what I just see y'all doing your thing. You know what I'm saying?
Well,
every time.
They do,
Yeah.
and I think that they are playing the game now. So they're used to being played.
Time.
Yeah, they're used to being played. Now they're playing the game.
Oh, for sure. I see that every weekend.
Yeah.
Every weekend. Before I told the story about a specific person that was with a different person.
Yes.
Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday.
Yes, exactly.
And that was a woman.
You're like, I don't know her.
Yeah,
You're like, good to, I haven't seen you in a long time. Good to see you.
I say, if I see that to you, that means I just saw you the night before
That's
or
right.
the week before.
That's not your business.
Nope.
Yeah.
as long
You're
as
not trying to marry her. That's not your business.
As long as they spending money, that's what I'm about. That's what
Yeah.
I'm about. So
Yeah. What talking about? Are you married?
yes.
Yeah. Yeah.
Happily married, and it is my third. This is my third one, right? But it's finding the balance.
Yes.
Because it's all about the balance. Like, she has to understand that I'm gonna be out. She has to understand that I'm gonna be around women, but she has to also understand that I'm gonna respect her.
Yeah. She's got to trust
Like,
you.
there's no one out there that can say that I've been doing anything.
No.
That's the thing. That's the
Yeah,
biggest thing.
she's got to trust you. You show respect, and she's gonna. So it makes a difference.
Well,
So
yeah.
does she come to the events at all?
I mean, she was there a couple weeks ago for a concert that she wanted to see, but
Yeah.
she doesn't really like going out.
No. No.
At the beginning she did, but now we have a 4-year-old. She's about to be 5.
Yeah.
So it makes it a lot harder for her to come out with me or come out with the group
Yeah.
and have that kind of fun,
Yeah, and then you got to be a babysitter. It's a whole thing.
Yeah, well, my mom's always on call. I have a little sister who's always willing, but it's more my wife that just doesn't want to come out, which is easier for me, honestly, because when she comes out, I have to ensure she's having fun.
Exactly.
Yeah. And then for me what that entails is me not focusing on everything else around me and me focusing more on her.
Yeah.
And that makes it more difficult because at the same time, I have to, even on my days off, I have to still do my thing and be ready.
Yeah, that's true. That's
Because, like,
true.
for instance, the concert we were at was Capo. That was my night off, but I was there facilitating, helping streamline, people to get to where they're supposed to be the right way, helping people get to their tables the right way.
Yeah.
Because, everyone still knows that I'm a part of the event one way or the other.
Yes.
So I still got to be able to help.
We didn't see you that night, did we?
No.
No, we didn't. No, we didn't see Santi either. We came early, set up the equipment, and
Well, y'all were in the booth.
yeah, and then we went to the booth. So we
Yeah.
came early, set up the equipment, they did sound check, everything was good. Then we came back later to
Yeah.
enjoy the show.
Finally.
Yeah, so we were in the booth.
I was honestly very surprised on his show because I didn't expect that kind of showmanship from one person.
And everybody was singing.
Yeah.
I was like, everybody knows his music. Like, there was so much spirit. It
yes.
was, I was like, Colombians, they know.
Yeah,
they
for
know
real.
their people for sure.
And the good thing is the girls came out and showed love to a new
Yes.
artist, and that was very important,
Yes.
very crucial.
And he was a cool guy because he stayed after he met people.
Yeah.
I know a
He was
fan.
he was very humble about it. And so,
Yeah.
he
And
said
I
he-
know a fan made the hat for him,
Yeah.
a local business.
Yeah.
And they made the hat for him, and he wore the hat for the whole concert, which
Yeah.
was super cool. Then he met her after.
I saw that.
Yeah,
I saw that.
so that
I-
was cool,
I saw
supporting-
I saw the picture.
Yeah.
That they took together and
Yeah.
stuff.
So it's
Yeah.
cool. He was supporting local artists.
Well-
That's woman owned as well.
Well, that's the thing. Like, some artists, especially at the beginning, aren't as humble.
Yes.
He was very humble. He was very about the people, and that's what you should do.
That's how it's supposed to be.
Yeah, because there's too many artists out there that are not that way.
No, and you get that way. You are where you are because
Yeah.
of your fans.
Yeah, like, to be honest, like, I've been around such a long time, and I've seen artists who are very selfish, who aren't as humble, who are just very cutthroat, and they don't last. Just because you're on top one day, the next
Doesn't
day you're
mean
gonna fall
next day.
off.
Do you feel like they've always been like that? So were they like that at the beginning when they were first starting up, or
So I can speak on, like, one artist who was on a lot of good featurings, and he was doing his thing solo as well. Then I finally got the opportunity to do a short tour with him, and while on tour, at the venues he did his thing, amazing.
Yeah.
When he put on his persona, that's what it was.
yeah, put
But
on a
the
show?
problem was with his crew. He was very high and mighty with his crew. He was very, like, trying to humiliate them in a way.
that's not cool.
No, you don't do that. 'Cause
No, you can't treat
especially with
people
the
like
people
that.
that are supporting you, that are making this stuff happen for you.
Yeah, exactly.
You can't do that.
No, you can't be like that at all. Well, tell me about how do you choose an artist, and how do you make that happen? So if there's like an artist you really like and you want to bring them, you're like, that would be a great show. Like, how do you
So-
make that happen?
Really. So at the beginning, right? Like, I would always feel and think that some people made the artist choice by personal choice. You can't always go by that, right?
Yeah.
So you have to have an ear to the street. You have to have an ear to, like, what people are playing in their cars, what they're playing in their videos, what they're vibing with at the clubs.
Yes.
So once you can make that connection, and if you're lucky enough to get them early before they blow up,
Yeah.
like, we've had a lot of opportunities before. Like, we were fortunate enough to bring Maluma on his first U.S. tour and stuff like that.
And he puts on a great show.
Yeah.
I've seen him 3 times. Amazing.
And he was amazing even when he started.
Yeah, yeah.
And in my opinion, he is the most professional artist that I've had the pleasure of working with, just because it was all about his show, all about himself as far as taking care of himself. Like, I remember we were in Virginia, and I had to make a grocery store run because he needed ginger for his voice, for ginger tea.
Yeah.
Literally, I got a call from the security guard. He's like, "Hey, bro, we need ginger." I'm like, "Ginger ale?" Like,
ginger tea is a thing. I never knew that before, Roxy.
Well, see, the thing is, it cleans up your throat. It makes it a lot better for you to go. It works.
Yeah,
and that's what he did. That's what he did.
That's awesome.
But like, pleasure with Bunny, with Ozuna, with a lot of artists. Karol G, like I was part of the first original U.S. tour from the beginning.
Oh, wow.
And that was huge, because now she's a superstar as well, just like Bunny. But
isn't she pregnant?
hey, we don't know. We don't know. We haven't seen her.
I think I heard she's pregnant, but
we don't know. We haven't seen
that
her.
That would be so cool.
That would be.
That's so cool too, because you're getting to see the artists before they become this huge sensation. Like people know who they are. They're listening to them.
Yeah.
It's just like they've just kind of started. I saw Pitbull when he came to a club in Cornelius before he was huge. Do you remember that?
Yes. Well, so with Pitbull, one of my friends, like Pepe, he brought like from back then he was Mr. 704 or
Mr. Miami 305.
No, but Pepe was.
Oh, Pepe.
He brought him as Mr. The Ultra 704 or Mr. 704 Entertainment or something. No, DJ Pepe 704.
Oh, okay.
Because before he was an original DJ.
I didn't even,
And he was the first person to bring Pitbull actually to it was a club in Charlotte and stuff, right? And the first time he came, literally in a white tee and a wife beater underneath. Super humble guy, and now he's in suits all over the world.
And
literally Mr. Worldwide.
Okay, so the performance I saw in Cornelius probably would have been like, I would say like
2010.
Yeah, I was gonna say 2010. That performance. Then I've seen him in Atlanta. I've seen him in Charlotte. Same. Like his shows are amazing. Amazing. That energy is. Great.
He's a showman. He's true to his art, And with him, he did his thing with. I've seen him in Vegas and stuff too. It's been a pleasure with that. Saw him in Raleigh once. Done great, but like his showmanship, the way he's just all about his craft. True artist.
He's true, and he's genuine.
Yeah,
he's a genuine
super
guy.
Nice guy. Super nice guy.
So what do you think? Like, so I've only done a little bit of promoting, not much at all. I've called you, asked you for some advice to help me out because it's just something I've really enjoyed doing. But then there's certain aspects of it that I really do not like. So what do you think is the worst part about promoting?
So the worst part is having to deal with the bad nights, right?
Yeah.
The bad nights are gonna happen. The only way to build is from the ground up.
Yeah.
Especially when it's a new place, or if it's gonna be a new night at a new place, even worse. Because like let's say the club's identity is more known for like, let's say top 40, or if they're more Afrobeat or they're more hip hop.
Yep.
You're gonna bring a Latin thing or something else. It's hard to have that dynamic, but it's on you to make it all merry and make it work.
Yeah.
And you can't focus on the negative. You gotta focus on the positive.
You definitely learn from everything that happens. Everything that happens, you learn. But I ran into the same thing. Yeah, we tried to do Latin night a couple places, and I just couldn't get people to come because that location has always been R&B, hip hop. The Latin people are not comfortable coming, and the same thing. But then you have times where the people just follow you wherever you go, and they follow you. Yeah. And they follow the DJs because, some of the best DJs work with me, and people are like, I want them every week. Yeah. And then I go places and it's like, we're going to do R&B hip hop because the DJs I work with are very versatile. They can do whatever music, any genre you want. And then I'm like, well, Roxy's not available that day, but I have Melvino, I have David, and like I have all these different artists. And like, no, but I want Roxy or I want Melvino. Like they get stuck on them. Yep. I was like, but give the other guys a chance because they're also amazing.
And that's also the thing though. Like if you're going to set up a night, you can't be with one DJ.
Yes.
Because then the crowd's going to get tired, right? And the only way to keep the crowd in it and intrigued and involved and following the concept is bringing different aspects of it. Because every DJ has their own spin on it.
Yeah, that's true.
Like Roxy, for instance, is very high energy. Very when he's speaking to the people, it's very, very high energy throughout the entire night. Melvino picks his moments, but he says it like the real, true New York way, how he speaks out to the people. Cali's just smooth. He talks here and there, not a lot, but he talks enough. Right? Yeah. And everyone has their own way.
Yes.
But that's the thing, like, in this business, it's better to have your own way and then for people to figure that out. And that's why it's good to bring different people.
It's true.
You know what I mean?
It is true. Like every single artist. So when I speak to the club owner or the manager, I'm like, what kind of vibe do you want? Then I'm gonna tell you which DJ you want because then we can decide who it's gonna be. So I don't know if you heard the funny story about now I'm DJing.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Well, yeah, you told me that a few weeks ago. I want to see it.
No, okay.
You
So
haven't
my
let me
first
see
gig.
it.
So I've just been going. I go to all of Roxy's gigs. We always go together.
Yeah.
If I'm promoting another event, I always go to those. I always show my face as well. I always show up for everything wherever we're at. But I'm always usually at Roxy's gigs as well. But we've been going and doing rentals for this place, and he's like, "Yeah, I have this female artist, this female band coming, and I want a female DJ." And I was like, "Well, I mean, I'm learning. Like Roxy's been teaching me, and I'm actually good at it. Like I can mix, and I'm learning. I'm just learning." But so he's like, "Well, I want a female DJ," and he's like, "I'd like you because I like your personality." I was like, "Okay, I'll do it." So he booked me for April and in July.
Yeah.
So we have like female artists come, like a band coming, like a tribute
What's the
band.
genre? What's the tribute?
American music.
But
So I don't listen to American
I was
music.
about to say, I've never heard you sing like
I know.
nothing
So
American.
I know I look white, but I'm Puerto Rican and I am also white. But I don't listen to American music. So I was like, this is going to be difficult because I don't listen to that type of music. Like I can play reggaeton, I do R&B, I could do hip hop, but I hadn't practiced any American music. So I was like, all right, that's cool though. I'm going to do it. So that's what I did. I spent 6 hours on a Sunday downloading music and queuing it up and practicing mixing. I was like, no, I don't like that, and changing it up. But like I'm so involved in it now. Like I'm so excited about it and ready to do it because I'm practicing at home or we go to an event. There's not a lot of people, so like I'll open for Roxy, but it's like for an hour, so it's not like a big deal. And I'm not talking on the mic because I'm trying to figure out, make sure I mix good, and it sounds so good, and nobody even knows I'm changing it up.
Well, you gotta practice your mic though, because like everyone has a different voice on the mic.
I know.
So you have to make sure that when you deliver, the tone that you want the people to hear is the tone that you're delivering.
I've only talked on the mic for weddings. So when we've done weddings and I've talked on the like for the wedding and
But a DJ is a different
story. But I have a good personality. I'm gonna be fine. I'm gonna be fine.
No, I'm sure you will. But
but learning the music, forget that. That has been.
No, but it's all. I bet because also you're nervous. The more you relax with it and have fun with it, if you're not having fun, don't do it.
Oh, no, I'm going to have fun because I love music. Exactly. But I'm going to tell you, I have more fun when I'm mixing a reggaeton mix, like a playlist, than if I'm American.
Well, true, because not only is it your first gig, but it's also an American show.
American
music.
Yeah. So, but it's going to be cool. So I started investigating, like asking people, what kind of music, what do you listen to? What's your favorite song? So getting it. But Roxy helped me with that too. Like, he's like, here's a bunch of music I do when I do American events. And I was like, okay, this is going to be cool.
Hey, you'll be fine.
I'll be fine.
Put in a little Britney, put a little bit of espresso. You'll be fine.
Katy Perry, like, she got all kinds of stuff everybody likes.
Yeah, well, true. Well, I mean,
it's a Taylor Swift tribute band, so I can't play a lot of Taylor Swift. But I'm not a Swiftie, so I'm like, I'm just gonna just shout out to all the Swifties, and it'll be fine.
Well, stay in the same genre, stay in that same pocket, the Ariana Grande, the Sabrina Carpenter stuff. You'll be fine.
Yeah, and then the next one in July is Spice Girls. Okay, I know who Spice Girls are.
Yo, that is crazy. Well, that's very, very different because now you're going into the 90s.
Yeah.
And then so you gotta kind of keep it in the 90s.
So that's gonna be interesting. So I'm learning now, I'm learning all the work that the DJs do, because you think, okay, they've been DJing for so many years, they can just go in and just play anything every night. They still prep for that night.
They have to.
They still get a playlist, like what's hot, what's not. So people are like, oh, they're just pushing buttons. DJs just don't push buttons. They've got to have that energy. They got to entertain this crowd for 4 hours, 5 hours.
Or what happens if you, I've been on tour with DJ Lobo from New York. And one time we arrived at a place, we were in Raleigh at Ep.10, and we get there, it's a mainly Mexican crowd. He's a tropical DJ.
Yeah.
So Mexican music is in his repertoire, but it's not.
Yeah.
So he looks at me, he's like, Primo, watch this. Give me my backpack. So I give him his backpack, he takes out a hard drive while he's playing a little bachata. Then he turns it into salsa while our hard drive is syncing. He syncs his hard drive. Then proceeds to play about 50 minutes of Mexican music.
And you didn't even know.
This is a Dominican dude that's only grown up with Dominican music. I've only seen him spin all kinds of, he's an overall DJ, so he does spin everything. But I mean, regional, banda, norteño, everything.
That is so cool.
I was super impressed.
So that's a talented DJ.
Oh, in my opinion, ever since I started this, Lobo was always my favorite. I'm Colombian. It should be Sensation. Yeah. But it was Lobo. Lobo for sure, because how eclectic he is. He always has a bag ready to go. And he doesn't get enough love for his salsa. His salsa is something crazy.
I love salsa.
And then his son, Chris G, also an amazing DJ from New York. But Chris G also has a very heavy repertoire in salsa, in bachata, just like his dad. They have the same little spirit. Very different DJing styles, but all love to both of them.
And there's not 2 DJs that are the same.
Oh, no.
Not at all. Not at all.
There's DJs who try to be like other DJs, but it don't ever
Not the
work.
same. Not the same.
No. You can only fool people for so long.
This is a question I have. I'm sure everybody else has too, because if they don't know the promoting world, like how do you get paid? How all the work that you do, like how do you get paid at the end of the night?
So I mean, it all depends, right? So there's you get your basic promoters, right, who just get paid to put a flyer up, right? So they get paid to put a flyer up. Some people don't got to show up. So it's a basic fee. They'll get paid. I mean, you get paid at the end of the week or the beginning of the next week, right? Mm-hmm. Then you get your, more involved promoters who have to go and show up, not only post stuff and create stuff, but show up as well. Mm-hmm. Show up with your group. They get paid an additional amount for that. And on top of that, so they get paid, like more than likely, if it's not that same night as the previous, it'll be the following week. Like for the most part, everyone gets paid the following week just because it's just easier, right? It's harder to pass out money or to send money. It's a cash business, so might as well just get it all in cash or a check, either like the following week or the next or that same night. It's a lot easier the next night. Like for myself, I get paid the next week.
And do you usually have to negotiate different? Do you always get paid the same way, or do you negotiate different things depending on the club?
I mean, every contract's different.
Yeah.
Every contract is different. My current one, we negotiated before we started, and then now I just get paid every week, But previously, I mean, you have to negotiate your terms. Mm-hmm. It's all about how long you've been in it and what you're worth, right? Mm-hmm. Like not everyone's worth the same, because not everyone brings the same to the table.
Yeah, that's true.
It's all about what your role is. Now, if you're the full-on face and promoter of the spot for that night, you have to make sure you're negotiating your worth there.
Mm-hmm. But so most of the time, if you go into an event and they charge at the door, of course that's going to be the promoter's money because that's the door. Yeah, that's your. But what if they're not charging for the door? What if it's like they do?
So a lot of places now, what they do with that is, it's either like they start at 5% and they go to 10%. I don't play that, If
you can't count on it, you're like,
If it's not a quarter of it, I don't want it.
Yeah.
I'm big on 25.
Yeah.
I'm big on 20. But like the thing is, I've been in it 21 years almost. So
yeah, and you have a following. People are like, oh no, Primo's going to that event. It's gonna be great. It's gonna be lit.
I appreciate the love, and I love everyone as well. It's all about connecting with everyone. It's all about being there and making sure that the party is lit, that they're having fun. For instance, this past Sunday, I had a party. It wasn't a lot of people. I made sure the people that were there were having a ball, having a good time, drinking, dancing the whole night. So
every single event I've ever seen you at is, and we maybe have not been working. We weren't working together. It was just you were at an event. I was at an event. Yeah. I always see you greeting everybody and making sure everybody's having a good time. Yeah. And you always are genuinely nice to everybody.
I try to be because at the end of the day, this is customer service.
Exactly.
This is literally a customer service job. Why? Because the customer's coming in, they're consuming by purchasing their entry and consuming at the bar. So you have to make sure their experience is worthwhile.
Yes.
So the least you can do is salute them. If it's a woman, like your fit or your hair, or if you know something different than the week before.
You do. I
try.
You're like, April, that red dress looks nice on you
right?
today. I was like, what? Thank you.
And that's what you do. That's what you do, because the more you do it, the more you practice it, the more natural it just becomes.
That is right.
And then customers will feel it, that it's genuine.
And the people like compliments.
Oh, yeah. Who doesn't like a compliment?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that is true.
But I mean, that's really the way I see it, because that's the way I've always approached it. I say I greet everyone, make sure they're having a good time, explain to them. So let's say it's a big group and they're not sure about whether they're coming to the event because they might not be their kind of party, I'll let them know, hey, we'll give it a try.
Yeah, exactly.
See what we got. Have fun.
So do you only do promoting, or do you have another business, like another job as well?
Excuse me. So now where I'm at in life, like I do just focus on the events. Like it's not just promoting; it's more like digital marketing, right? So I'm more of a digital marketing manager for a lot of different venues. At the same time, I am promoting my own events, and at the same time, I am pushing my own concerts, concepts. It's changed, right? Because before it was only doing it for one event, or before I was only pushing one agenda. Now it's overall more and more things.
Yeah, I do see that. Yeah. I do see you pushing a lot more. If you could change anything about the nightlife, what would it be?
I would start and end a little earlier.
2 o'clock is not 2 o'clock, right?
No, but at the same time, some parties just should be longer.
Yeah.
Right? Some parties just like need that extra 30, an extra hour.
Yeah, because everybody's having a good time.
Yeah.
Everybody's spending money. Like, you don't want to make them leave when everybody's having a good time
But
and spending money.
we're in the church belt, right? So,
Yeah.
you know, being North Carolina, South Carolina, Georgia, once we're in that belt,
Yeah.
the rules change. The rules for alcohol consumption, alcohol sales change, and that's what we have to adapt to.
Yeah, that's true.
But like, if I could change anything, that would really be it. Or maybe the safety aspect, right? Like making sure, like when you go out, if you're gonna go out to a club, either without money, don't come. Or if you're looking for a problem, don't
Yeah,
come.
that's right.
Because like, you know, I hate that that one person who has a one grudge against another person is gonna ruin it for everybody else.
Yeah, cause problem. Like
Yeah.
everybody's there to have fun, enjoy
Yeah.
life. Like, why are you trying to fight? Why are you trying to argue?
Yeah.
Some people don't know how to hold their alcohol.
Nope.
I don't know how many times I go to the bathroom and the women are throwing up. I'm like, girl, like you go feel like shit tomorrow. Why you?
Or like, well, on when was it, Saturday? We had a couple. She was literally falling asleep while she was trying to walk in. We tell them no. As they're ordering their Uber, she falls asleep.
Oh my God, no.
She was done before she walked in.
Like, you didn't even get to enjoy the show. You didn't get to enjoy anything.
But that's the thing. Like, you have to know how to control yourself, how to enjoy the alcohol. It's not all about alcohol. It's not all about. It's about having a good time and enjoying the moment. And that's what people are missing. Like, I think right now, too many people are focused on their phones. Too many people are just not enjoying the evening, not enjoying the music, not enjoying the vibes. And I think, you know, given right now we're in a social media environment, people are just too focused on it.
Yeah.
Just too focused on it.
That is true. Like, they're not enjoying, like, you've got this great DJ playing great music, feel the music.
Yeah.
But some also people are just like, okay, I'm going out for the weekend, I'm going to have a blast, I'm going to get drunk. And then they're not getting to enjoy it either because they're drunk, they're hungover the next day.
Yeah.
And then as you get older, that shit sucks.
Well, see, I've never had a hangover. I'll be 40 in August, and I've never had a hangover. So I can't say anything about hangovers.
Yeah. That's good, though, because you pace yourself.
Well, I also drink about 2 gallons of water a day, so
Makes a
it's going to be
difference.
hard for me to get hungover if
Yeah.
I'm super hydrated.
Makes a difference,
Yeah.
that's for sure. So how do you choose your DJs for the night, for the events?
Based on the concept, right? Or if I'm going to, previously I would choose them, you know, based on calendar, based on the concept, because the way you have to do it is you can't put a Colombian DJ for like the Dominican Independence Day.
Oh, no.
You know, or if it's going to be a salsa bachata concept, you don't want to put a DJ who's primarily reggaeton and trap
That's
music.
true.
So you have to look out for those little things. It's attention to detail that makes the difference, for sure.
That's true, that's true.
You know, I mean, that's the better way of looking at it because it's all about the customer experience. Without the customer experience, I mean, there's no reason.
That's true.
Because I mean, you might as well just be throwing stuff together and hoping it takes, and that don't ever work.
No. Like, have you ever had I mean, I'm sure you have, but like you had an event where you were expecting all these people to come and you're super excited. Everybody's like, RSVP, they're all showing up, and then like not very many people come.
I mean, that's just part of the business. You know, you also have to pick your dates. I mean, the end of the month and the beginning of the month, if that overlaps, it's a very hard week for the most part. And then, because you're thinking about people have to pay rent for you know,
The first of the month,
So the first of the month is always a tough one.
Yeah.
But I mean, it's all about, you know, picking and choosing, you know, but always stay positive.
Yes.
Because through, you know, you might have you can't have 4 or 5 great weekends in a month.
No.
That's impossible.
No, and then also, do you feel like the weather changes it?
Weather,
When it
weather
rains,
does.
people don't want to go out.
Well, the thing, you gotta think about it like this, right? When it rains, girls are less susceptible to go out because they don't want to mess up their hair.
Don't mess up their hair.
They can't run in heels.
No.
You know, and they don't want to be out. So if girls don't show up, guys aren't going to show up, and
That's
no one's
true.
going to show up.
Yeah, and I feel like the guys go looking for the women. So if the women aren't showing up, the guys are gonna leave.
Well, see, that's always been my key. Like, my main demographic and my main friend groups are always going to be women because at the end, I mean, guys will show up when the girls are there.
Yes.
And that's why you'll usually see me in like a sea of women, but I mean, my woman's at the crib. I'm just over here working.
You're just working. Yeah,
Yeah.
you are you're never inappropriate with people. You've never, like, nobody could ever be like, Primo's cheating on his wife. Never.
Never.
Like,
I'm not
you don't,
like that.
you don't even have wondering eyes. Like, you do so good. It's just amazing.
I'm focused on like if I
go
can
in the
record,
job, get in the
or like recording and getting the content
Yeah.
for the job,
Yeah.
or making sure that people are having a good time, or if I see like a table is not being attended quick enough, I go make sure to check on them. So.
And I think it too is important. Like as soon as you start seeing girls are having fun and women are dressed sexy, you got to start posting that on social media because it didn't used to be like that. Now it's like sex sells, women sales. So you have to start posting it up to get when people are like, oh, well, them girls are there. I'm going now. Like it's a big selling point.
You have to be able to use the tools that are at your fingertips, literally. So let's say if you're at home, you're undecided of whether to go out or not. So you're scrolling through your stories on IG or whatever. You're gonna see a club, or if you follow me, you're gonna see me at the club, and you're looking through my stories, and you're gonna see the crowd that's already there.
Yes.
You're gonna want to come out.
That's true.
And that's just what it's about, you know. Like that's why you have to make sure that you're always updating. Like there's a lot of promoters out there that don't update, that don't post during the events.
You have to.
Might as well stay home.
Because they're going to be like, oh, that means it's a flop. If they're not posting anything, that means nobody showed up. They don't have anything to show.
And that's the thing.
Yeah.
That's the thing.
And
You always got to show.
like we talked about earlier, you see girls dancing. You go there with your phone. They're going to be like, hold on, wait a second. Let me readjust. Let me shake it more for you.
And that's that, or like if you see someone popping bottles early, you got to make sure you catch that because usually if people are popping bottles early, that means the night's going to be a long one.
You know what really gets me? I'm like going to take a picture and video, and they're like, no, don't put me. I'm like, well, your ass shouldn't be here if you don't want me on video.
Oh no, I get that all the time. I get that all the time.
I mean, women and men, I've got.
I had a guy last week who literally ducked right in the middle of me recording him, and I was like,
no, people be like this or like, no. I was like, what? Were you shaking your ass? You're getting on video.
That's the other side of it, though. I mean, that's what they want to do. Like, be ready to be caught.
That's right.
Or before, like, I would get girls, or mainly girls that would be like, "Oh, can you delete that picture? Can you delete that video?" Nope. No. I mean, you posed for it. Literally, you were the one smiling at the camera.
You were. You don't like it now?
And then they try to tell me the legalities of it.
Not my problem.
I got a little on retainer. You can call him. I'm fine.
So before you told us you've been promoting for a really long time. What were you? And then we never finished about this. So you don't work at anything else now, just promoting in the digital content. But did you have a job before?
Yeah. So
you're doing both.
So currently, like right now, I have an exclusivity contract. So I only work at, only work for the clubs that are, QC Social, World Nightclub, La Única, República, events for Dubai, events for the Premier Event Center as well, those kind of affiliates. Besides that, no.
I mean, you got your hands full with that.
It's enough.
That's enough.
There are more venues than there are days in the week. So that's why we opted for the exclusivity of it.
That was smart. I mean, it really was. And then you're not having to go to other clubs and find or get new contracts with club owners or managers and, hey, let's try a Latin night here. Do you only do Latin night?
Well, that's my bread and butter, right? But like my Latin nights, for the most part, unless I specify that it's a tropical night, my bread and butter is going to be mixed, right? Like so, when open format, which does include hip hop, does include trap, does include a little bit of everything, and that's what everybody's going to enjoy. At the end of the day, money is green, money is blue, so that's what I want, and that's what everybody wants. So I don't focus on just Latin people. I focus on the overall experience for everyone. Because the sooner and the easier you get more people through the door, the more money and the more fun it's going to be for everyone.
But I also think that when you're doing Latin night, it's not just Latin people.
Nope.
Everybody comes. Everybody wants to learn how to Latin dance. Everybody wants to, they love the music.
Well, if you think about it, so being that the reggaeton genre is now so worldwide and universal, it's because of the rhythm and the beat, right? Yeah. So even though you may not know the lyrics, but you know a beat, you know a rhythm. And that just translates. So literally, you're transcending through these things with music. And they're learning the lyrics because when the DJ turns it down, everybody's singing it, and it's in Spanish, but they learn the lyrics, and that is super impressive. That's super cool. And it's cool because you're seeing that everybody else is vibing to maybe your favorite song or your favorite genre. And they definitely don't know the language, but they're trying. Yeah. And that's what it's about. It really is. And it's super cool to see everybody having a good time. And because that's what you do this for, right? Mm-hmm. Well, to get artists known, get people to have a good time. We do it for the experience, right? So what's part of the experience is them having a good time. So you need the right music, the right setting, and then the right service. Because now with bottle service and then bar service, you have to make sure that all that's on point. So it's a lot of different elements that people don't really think about when it comes to an event, but it's all part of it, and it all comes and adds to that experience. So the more you can add to that customer's experience, the more likely they'll come back.
Exactly. Well, that's why people follow you. They're
Yeah.
like, oh, it's always a good show.
I try.
Yeah.
I definitely do it for everybody. You know, there's a lot of events that we do that, like currently, even right now, like we've had events that cost us more than what we're making, you know, but sometimes you got to do it for the crowd.
Yeah. And you learn something from it.
No, well, I mean, it's not always money, right?
Yeah.
Because at the end of the day, you're gonna find the money one way or the other. But you know, doing these events for the people, they'll come back because you're ensuring their experience. You're enhancing how they view the club, how they view the evenings, and then that just keeps them coming back.
Yeah. Maybe it's not as busy as you wanted it to be, but the people that were there had a great time.
And those people will always tell more people.
Exactly. Yeah.
And they'll be posting about the night that they had, and then you'll get friends who've missed out, and they'll definitely come back for the next one.
Yeah. You have any problems like finding people to work? Like you have problems with DJs not showing up, or bottle girls, or even promo girls not doing what needs to-
Yeah. I mean, you deal with all that, right? You deal with promoters that don't show up or don't show up on time, or sometimes you get security that doesn't show up, and then you gotta fill in. Like for me, I'm not the promoter that shows up and drinks a bottle and goes home. I gotta do everything. I gotta put on all the hats. So, I mean, whatever needs to be done gets done. Like sometimes you'll see me pulling out with the sign, like, or you know, if I gotta help a bottle girl out, I'm gonna help a bottle girl out. But it's all about one team, one goal at the end of the day, and that's what you have to do. You have to focus on that.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah.
Do you want to do any shout outs? Like what night you have, what clubs you're at on Thursday, Friday, Saturday? You want to?
So Thursdays I am at QC Social Lounge over on 300 North College. You know, prime spot in Uptown Charlotte. Fridays I'm at the #1 club in the city right now, which is World Nightclub. Saturdays I am at La Única Bar and Grill, which, you know, the way with the remodel and everything, the way it's working, it's looking amazing. The vibes are immaculate. We're getting it packed every Saturday. It's a testament to the crowd. It's a testament to the city. You know, like they're really showing up, really showing love, and they're really enjoying the evenings there.
Yeah,
so that's what we're trying. And then Sundays we also do like at La Única, we do, you know, inexpensive bottles. Like most bottles are $150.
Oh wow.
Yeah, and then like they do free street tacos as long as you purchase some alcohol.
You can't beat that because you buy 3 drinks, it's like $60.
Exactly.
So you get a whole bottle
So
for one.
you can get a bottle for $150.
That's a good deal.
Yeah, so it works out. And you know,
Free tacos. Everybody loves free food.
right? Everyone likes free. Everyone likes free. So it works out, you know. So I think right now, currently, we do have a lot of concerts coming up. We do have a lot of events coming up. But it's all on the balance of it, you know, trying to just make sure the city stays on the map. You know, Charlotte, we have been more known for the entertainment aspect. We want to keep that alive. We definitely want to keep that alive. And that's what the owner of all these places is trying to keep focusing on. That, you know, regardless of the genre you need, that you watch, that you want us to go see, he's got a place for you.
Yeah, that's all different locations.
Yeah,
like
so like, you know, for instance, like this Friday I have a concert, Pipe Bueno at Dubai Nightclub, and you know I had to go walk the venue with the people that we were doing the event with, and even I was impressed with the renovation and stuff, the way everything looks. It looks so much nicer, so much cleaner, and people are loving it. So that's what it's about.
That's nice. That's nice.
Yeah, trying to deliver that.
So you said on Sunday you have an artist coming. What other stuff do you have coming up for the summer? Any festival?
So I mean, as far as summer-wise, we can't really say artists, concerts yet. You know, we're announcing as we go.
Okay, anything that's been announced,
so,
let's talk about that.
So in a few weeks we have Luar La L, which right now is the hottest Latin trap artist literally on the planet. I mean, he sells out coliseums everywhere he goes. And we have him at Premier Event Center. Then we also have Treval Monterrey. You know, they're coming in July to World Nightclub.
Nice.
Yeah. So that's what we have. Right now, he sings Dembow. His name is Lomiel, and he's going to be over at World Nightclub on May 18th.
Oh,
he's the one that sings like Lupita.
Yeah, Lupita. What was the Lupita, and then there's another song he sings too. That's,
I forget his songs, to be honest.
But he can play that one all night, and nobody be doing the dance.
And that's why everyone's popping up.
Yeah.
You know? So it's
that song. Yeah, they play that in the club, and everybody's dancing
jumping.
that song. Everybody loves
jumping.
it. There's not anybody who doesn't know that song.
That's what I'm saying. So like, right now we have a lot of stuff coming up, and then like throughout the summer we have a few shows that we have yet to announce that are really going to be bangers. They're going to sell them out. We're going to surprise a lot of people here in Charlotte what we're doing. But like I said, I mean, the owner is just very focused on delivering the right artists the right concepts and the right concerts for the city to, make sure that we are placed on the map that way for
That's
entertainment.
awesome. Yeah. Well, I really appreciate you coming and telling us all the behind the scenes and all the secrets and how the life is. And,
for sure.
Appreciate you, what you do for the city, because I know everybody has a good time when they come to your events.
It's all love, I just love seeing everyone having a good time. That's what it's about, Because at the end, we all have our lives. We all have our 9 to 5s, and we all have stuff that's going on in the background.
Yeah.
But if I can alleviate that pressure for just a few hours for you to have fun with us,
That's right.
more
That's
power
what it's
to it.
about.
More power to it.
Thanks, Primo.
Hey, no, thank you, April. Thank you.